Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the YouTube. It's your boy, The Real AE, and thank you all for tuning into The Real Vision. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. So if you like the content, you like everything that I've been presenting to you guys, definitely want to comment down below, like, and subscribe, as more content is going to be coming your way very, very soon. But today's conversation, I'm going to talk about 4 things that we all need to be learning. This is my personal opinion. There's 4 topics we need to be learning. And I think it's once you've finished your basic education, you know math and reading, and it's unfortunate that a lot of people can't read, but it's okay. There's 4 basic, I want to say basic, they're kind of complicated. They can be complicated depending on how you look at it. But I believe there's 4 core topics that everybody should understand. You might have to learn it, but at least understand how it works. Economics, laws, contracts, and marketing. I'm going to say that again. Economics, laws, contracts, and marketing. And I'm going to break down each 4 for you guys today. Economics. We as people can get very confused on how economics work and the way that money moves. And what we have to understand is that a lot of times economics is just a bunch of transactions happening really, really fast and by the quadrillions of dollars. There was a statistic that said that there's over $1 quadrillion worth of transactions a year. I'm talking about a buyer to a seller. So someone has money and the seller has goods, services, or financial assets, and they swap. That's called a transaction. And economics is just a fancier word for how transactions accumulate across the world. And somebody's going to come in the I just know somebody out there is going to see this clip and go, but that's not simply how it is. But keep it simple. Economics is just an accumulation of a bunch of transactions. Okay? And the reason why we want to understand how that goes is because it all starts with the micro level, how people to people, state to state, local to local interact, on how the governments interact, how the banks interact with each other. If you can get a grasp of economics, you are able to then understand your financial situation, your own financial economy that you're generating within yourself, and you'll know how you can play in the game. You can understand how to maneuver when the global economic spectrum is haywire. You now know how to survive because you have seen signs, and history does repeat itself. You can keep watching history over and over and over again and look for telltale signs something's going to happen. And the problem with that, the fact that people cannot read and comprehend news articles, journalism, the government, even our own president said that we're not really in a recession. People who are more articulate than you, I wouldn't say smarter, but are able to use their words better than you, are able to make things sound like they're not actually are. But when you look at the numbers and data, this is what it is. But because we can't read and comprehend, and articles are allowed to slide stuff in there, and we have to resort to fast economy, fast marketing, fast social media to try to gain understanding, a lot of economic outlooks are public. They're public. We can read the statements of financial institutions and businesses today. It's public. It's out there. You can go look them up and find them. You can find what people are spending. You can find what companies are spending money on what stuff. They might just secretly put it in the way of forms of LLCs and nonprofits and through think tanks. But at the end of the day, when you follow the money, you can find the root cause of a lot of problems. Why doesn't the education system get a lot of money? Maybe it's not getting the return on investment that people are wanting, so they're not going to put money in it. I don't know. But that's an example of when you understand economics, you can understand why people of higher power, political figures, financial institutions, banks, reserves, central banks, central governments are making certain decisions on certain topics because they look at the economy and they look at economic output of return on investments and where their money wants to go and what they're trying to get. And you'll go, oh man, wow, that's why they're doing it. Because this happened. I challenge you to do this. This is a challenge for everybody. I challenge you to go look up Moderna, Pfizer, and look at what companies made, I'm talking about corporate profits. I dare you to go online and look up how much money they made during COVID. I'm not saying that COVID wasn't bad, but I'm saying when you look at the financials of what companies benefited like crazy because of COVID. Or I want you to look at GameStop, when people bought into GameStop and the stock went crazy. I want you to look into PayPal and how much money they're making. I want you to look into why Disney is losing billions of dollars. Look into it. And you'll be surprised. You'll be so surprised when you study these things. Look at how is it possible that countries are getting millions upon millions of dollars of foreign aid. For what? Look at, when you understand economics, you can see where money is going. It'll blow your mind to how much you'll be able to learn on how society really moves and how money is being made, how transactions are being spent and bought and sold, and it'll blow your mind. But you got to be somebody who likes to look at research to be able to do that. So if you're somebody like me who likes to figure that out, do that research. Second thing, we're talking about laws. We all follow the law. Some of us don't. Some of us break it. But most of us follow the law. But a lot of us don't know how to execute the law well to protect ourselves. Whether it's your basic human right, whether it's your Miranda rights when you get arrested as somebody who's been falsely accused of a crime, knowing your rights, knowing when you're setting up a business, LLC, a nonprofit, an S Corp, C Corp, in corporations. You got to know the law. For a lot of people who follow me currently, you're an entrepreneur, you trade, learn the trading laws, learn regulations. The reason why I say that's important is you'll know how to not get yourself in trouble. You'll know how to fight properly when someone puts you in trouble, and you'll know how to establish yourself properly that no one can come after you. Knowing the law is key. And another thing about it is when you understand laws, then you'll understand there's different levels of law. I'm not asking you to become a lawyer, but if you're in a specific industry and you're trying to find success in that industry, it would be smart of you to start learning the laws of that industry. Why are there certain laws why do certain states have different things for LLCs? How much they file, what they need. Why is it that, you can sue, then how you sue, like if you can sue somebody, you can sue a company. What kind of compensation that comes into play? Okay, know that somebody can't sue you when you do this practice. Know that you need these kind of filings to get these kind of tax exemptions. It's all the law. It's laws and regulations. When you learn, and I'm not asking you to learn all the law, but if you're in a specific industry, like I said before, if you're in a specific industries, whether it's trading, whether it's beauty, whether it's hair, whether it's clothing, whether it's food, whether it's this, learn the law. Understand the law. If you're trying to help out people, understand the law. And I have full faith that if we understand the law, I'm not saying that the law has to be right, but when you gain understanding, then you will understand why certain things happen. And then you will understand, okay, this looks like something that we can fight. This is something that we can go after. Because now you have an understanding of why that law was made, why it was built, who's benefiting from it, and how people are being disenfranchised. And then in the industry that you're in, or what kind of fight you're willing to fight, you'll understand law. And then you know how to attack it properly. You'll know how to handle this business. You'll know what to have. You're well equipped to make a proper fight. Right? You're well equipped to make a proper fight. So you're not just out screaming and yelling when you're trying to fight for something. You have adequate research, data, portfolios, numbers, sheets, witnesses, whatever. Whatever it is, you are stacked up ready to go. But it takes time for you to sit down and learn the law in the industry that you're in. Because in the event, let's say you make a mistake and people do, you now know how to protect yourself legally. All right? So, number one, economics. Understand money movement. Laws. Understand how legislation and how governments and jails and stuff, learn that stuff in your industry. Number 3 is contracts. A contract is an agreement, okay? And what I'm starting to realize with a lot of social media influencers is a lot of times they sign NDAs, non-disclosure agreements. Artists such as Megan Thee Stallion even stated that she was struggling with the fact of she was in the 360 deal, she wasn't getting paid out. Taylor Swift even said on the public stage that the George Soros Foundation bought up all of her catalog and she has no rights to it. We are in an era where a lot of people get caught up in the money, in the fame, in the notoriety, or looking to gain a levels of success or financial burden or whatever it could be. And we don't sit down and read the contracts that we sign. We don't. And then we wonder why there's certain people win every single time. They almost feel like they never lose. And I mean certain people by people who own the record labels, people who own media. They win because they understand the contract. Athletes were making millions upon millions of dollars and don't understand how a contract works. Don't understand the terms and agreements. And you don't have to be making a lot of money to understand the terms and agreements. Do you know the terms and agreements or a contract of your bank account? Like knowing that the fact that your bank has the right to close down your bank accounts if you're a bad business. It's in the agreements. I'm not asking you to read Apple's terms and conditions, but this is for example. Before we sign off on something, whether it's an agreement, whether it's a contract, whether it's for terms or whatever, it's a form of an agreement on paper that can be used in a court of law against you. If you're going to sign yourself to a contract, to something like that, read it carefully. Understand it. So now in the event that it goes well, cool, you now know how to go down that road. And if it doesn't go well, you understand what to look out for. And that is where a lot of us are starting to see people of higher authority, people of making a lot of money, people who are in these different social realms that just get caught up and they keep making these mistakes. And we just start jacking over social media. But a lot of us right now don't even understand a contract either. So if you're somebody like myself, who's an entrepreneur, making money, understand the contracts. All right. So number 1, you have the economy, economics. Number 2 is laws. Number 3 is contracts. And the last thing is marketing. Do we have to, I don't know how many more times we have to keep witnessing how marketing can be very beneficial and detrimental to a public image. Put it like this. You know how a lot of college athletes are getting things called NIL deals, which means name, image, and likeness. We all have our own name, image, and likeness, right? I'm the real AE. This is my image, and my likeness is the audience. We have our own NILs, okay? We are marketing ourselves every single day, and people say, oh, it's sales. Okay, yeah, great, cool, sales. But think about how you're marketing yourself every single day. When you're going to work and you're dressing well for your boss, you're marketing to them non-verbally that I'm committed to the role, you should look at me to get promoted. Whether you're in the dating pool, you're dressing nice, you're keeping your hair done, fellas keeping your hair lined up, nails, you're cleaning your skin, and you're actively dating, you're marketing to other people that, hey, come approach me. Hey, you should get to know me. I have a lot of qualities. That's marketing. Whether it's the media marketing or using propaganda to put a certain story out there with a certain twist or a certain bias, and everyone does it, but that's also marketing as well. Whether it's, Kim Kardashian with Skims going out there and grabbing Shai Alexander or Christian McCaffrey or Travis, or George Kittle to wear her new men's brand for Skims, that's marketing. Whether it's like, you have, what is it? I saw this one video with colognes, men's colognes. They're not just putting any person on that television for male cologne. They're usually putting a dude who's shirtless in his drawers, and then boom, it's a Versace commercial, or boom, it's a Dior commercial with Johnny Depp. It's marketing. It's the idea that I need to tell you some kind of story or portray to you a message in the form of video format, written format, nonverbal format. I have to then put that out there for you to either buy the product, sell the story, or join a side. It's a lot of, that's like the three things of marketing. Sell your product, you have to buy a product, join a side, or get involved in the conversation. Like, that's really what it is about. And when you understand how marketing works, you can understand that, wow, you can be completely convoluted, or you can be completely confused, and you can be completely persuaded or manipulated into acting a certain way as a detriment to society, or you could use it as a benefit to market your brand, market your movement, market your cause, your purpose, right? And you use those different things, and everybody does it. Church does it, your job does it, everybody does it. So when you understand marketing, and I know it goes into sales, propaganda, I'm not talking about that, but the general idea of marketing and how marketing works, what are marketing funnels, how do we, gain money to market? People are spending billions of dollars on advertisement, which is in the marketing world, right? Why do people spend so much money on advertising and marketing? That's something you should research. Why do people spend that much money on it? There's a mission behind it. And when you understand marketing, you can then get to the root cause of why somebody's doing what they're doing, or why they're saying what they're saying, because of marketing. When you understand marketing, you can do that for your own personal gain, but then you can also understand when people are marketing to you and trying to convey an image or a message or trying to get you to buy something. And then you can also understand and protect yourself when different media outlets or forms or businesses or corporations or even people are manipulating you into the idea that you should follow this road, knowing it's not good for you. So in this video, I want you guys to pay attention to 4 things, 4 topics that you should be getting good at. Knowing economics and just understanding it. How do laws work? What laws are pertinent in your industry, your field? Contracts. How are they written? How are they formulated? How are they set up and created? And are you really winning your end of the bargain with a contract? And then last but not least is marketing. How can you use marketing to grow yourself, grow your brand, build a community? But then also, how is marketing being used against you to convince you, to persuade you, to manipulate you into ideas that are not really beneficial for your livelihood? If you guys enjoyed this video today, I hope you guys like and subscribe and comment. Definitely want to keep doing more of these. These are so much fun. It is your boy, The Real E. This has been The Real Vision. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. So thank you guys who have subscribed so far. I love you all so much. Thanks. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace.